Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk some sensation, emotional things that, well, you probably experienced a lot when you were younger, when you're older, and these things will never get out from your side. You will continue to have those feelings, and then it's hard to try to bypass it. So, and that terminology is called trigger. A lot of time we've been through so many things in our life, and trigger become a very common form of one of the response that people have. Trigger can be challenging, trigger can be painful, trigger can have some emotional connotation, and trigger can also be some sort of just basing on the feeling and touching can be a trigger. So depending on what you're talking about the trigger, what you define about trigger. And the reason that I want to talk about trigger is because trigger also linked to addiction behavior. People will become addicted to a different substance due to the trigger. So this is very important to kind of emphasizing, discuss about trigger, understand what trigger is, and then you will have a better understanding why people are trigger something and start using, and they become addicted to it. So trigger can be a sound, can be a smell, can be a place, can be someone remind you about this. So let's talk about people who have like substance abuse problem or using the drugs, and their trigger could be something can make them feel happy, or those trigger can be things can make them feel better. So trigger is an important way to understand people who have a behavior of using, because often in time when people start using, there must be some trigger. Maybe they feel better when they use, that reminding about those memory of being triggered by something. So that's why trigger often associated with people using. And we're gonna briefly talk about craving later, but I want to discuss a little bit about the trigger and what is the process, right? So the trigger can goes to awareness, and then they get activated, and they go through the neurological way of releasing on your brain, and then automatic intense response. So that's the process of trigger. And craving definitely is something to be triggered before, and then you start craving. But craving can be more about someone you start to feel craving about something, because craving is like a response that you cannot stop because you really want something and you are craving about those things. It can be a repetitive thought of want something. So it can be a desire of wanting something, and people craving for drug for this type of reason. Alright, thank you so much for turning to my channel, watching my channel today. If you have any questions, feel free to leave any comment, and I will see you again at the next video.